Welcome back to another episode of Ordinary Love, a podcast where I sit down with couples and hear their love stories. Today, I'm sitting with dear friends of my family, Tita Kat and Tito June. Tita Kat is a nurse at where?
Kaiser.
Oh, okay. Kaiser, San Jose. And Tito June is a mechanical engineer.
Yeah.
Meta.
Used
to. Okay, because
I worked at Meta or Oculus,
Okay.
but now
Okay.
I'm in the AV world, autonomous vehicles with
Oh.
applied intuition.
See, I didn't know this,
Yeah.
obviously, but like I remember, I only say Meta because I remember visiting you at
Yeah.
Instagram
Oh,
one
yes.
day.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, that was,
At the classic campus.
yes, that was a
Yes.
long time ago.
Yeah, that was years ago. I
Yeah.
left it was still Facebook then, Meta now. I left
Right.
Meta in 2018.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
been a
Okay, so
while.
it's been a
8
while.
years, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so that was, a very outdated prediction of mine.
No, but I mean, you'll be surprised. Some of our friends, because they know I've moved quite a bit since then, and their story, at each move, when we see our friends, the first thing they ask is, "So where are you now?"
What would be? I've been with Kaiser forever.
For sure.
Not that she never had the opportunity to leave, or
But
but
Kaiser, I know they take care of you.
Oh,
They do.
yeah.
So that's why
That's
it's
the
really
reason.
good. I think with the medical field, it tends to be people tend to stay longer because
Yes.
pension,
Yeah.
401k, all of that.
Yeah.
They just
Yeah.
they just give more when you're loyal. When you're been with them a long time.
Right. I know
Yeah.
there's I mean, I don't know if this is true for everyone, but like I used to work with randomly like a lot of doctors and like nurses and residents and stuff. And like I hear about how the turnover, especially in the beginning, is really hard and really quick. And so I can only imagine how much they probably invest in their healthcare workers just to incentivize them to stay.
we've been under your insurance all the years we've been married.
Oh,
All the
wow.
companies I've been to, I always waive it and go under hers.
For sure.
Yeah.
So when we were dating, I lived in San Jose. I was already working. She was still going to school in San Francisco. She lived in Daly City. For us, that's a long distance relationship. I know other couples have,
No, I
long
mean,
distance relationships.
if you can't
right?
just drive to their house
Right?
after work,
For us, we're like, okay, what's the midpoint? Like Palo Alto.
We used
So
to
middle of the
date.
week, we'd drive to the middle. We'd go to
He'll miss
Palo
me.
Alto.
He'll miss me, and then he's like, "Can I see you?" And then we'll meet in University Avenue. Oh my gosh.
That's our dating. This is
buddy.
Dash.
had to make a appearance.
Dash.
Oh,
Okay,
he's one.
before we get too far into it, yes, Tito June and Tita Kat are dear family friends of mine. If you guys remember Josephine and Nelson's episode, that's so weird to say. Josephine and Nelson's episode, they're best friends. You guys basically watched me and Belle grow up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You
Yes.
guys
So-
were toddlers when we met you.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Because Nani and Tito started dating when I was like 4. But I'm really excited for their episode today. We kind of got into it a little bit already. So I'm just going to have to ask them to repeat themselves. Maybe we can start at the beginning where you guys met.
So what triggered it, or what started it all, was in college, San Jose State. There's that Bayan Filipino
Oh,
club.
yes.
We do
We'll go to that.
PCNs.
Yeah.
There's this Filipino dance company in San Francisco called Barangay Dance Company, and Kuya Bon, may he rest in peace. They teach kind of like representatives from various universities, Berkeley, USF, San Francisco
Right.
State, San Jose State. They teach the representative the dances. This is before YouTube.
Yeah.
Before
Yes.
online, before
So-
actual online videos are available. So you actually have students that would go to their workshops and learn the dances. And so San Jose State is one of those schools that learn from Barangay, and Tita Kat was a member of Barangay from Daly City.
Okay.
Yeah. So
So-
we would go to different schools to teach.
Yeah, so she was there, and she's an actual active member of Barangay. And that
Right.
continued even after I already graduated, left San Jose State, and I became friends with the Barangay people. We would perform at like weddings, fiestas, and stuff like that.
Wow.
And even though Tita Kat was already retired officially from dancing, she would still support Barangay, and she would sing in between performances, in
For
between
costume
dances,
changes.
while we're
Right,
doing
right.
costume changes.
Because the
Yes.
costumes can be pretty
Elaborate.
elaborate.
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Depending
we
on the
need
suite,
time.
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
yes.
we'd need those 3 to 5 minutes
Mm-hmm.
for somebody to sing while we're like in the back changing.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm like, wow, this girl can sing. I'm like, I love
She
her
has a
voice.
really nice voice.
But we met. We actually danced together, and he reminded me.
Oh my God.
Maybe a couple of years back when I was still very active, actually danced. And we met
And she was like,
in Ohlone College
So
because we
Barangay did
performed.
a performance at Ohlone College. They had their show, their big show. They do one show a year normally, an annual show, and they did theirs in Ohlone College. And I was telling you, Tita Kat, when we started dating in 2002,
2002, near the end
like
of 2002.
early
Yep.
2002, we started kind of talking late 2001.
Yeah.
Right.
And we started officially dating early 2002. And I said, do you remember us dancing together in Ohlone? Like we were literally partners, like
I said, what?
in one of the dances. And she was like,
huh?
what?
You had to rehearse for that.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, I'm like,
And
I was just oblivious.
talk
I
about
go,
red string
what?
theory, right? Like
Yeah.
nothing, no connection, no
Right.
nothing.
No,
Like
because I knew he was taken, and I'm just
she
not.
thought I was dating somebody.
Yes.
Oh.
And I'm like, I'm not going to look at somebody else's
Right,
boyfriend. So I'm
right.
like, we were just dancing. He's just my partner. But I did not realize that he was the one I was dancing with. Until
Like
he
literally
told me.
partners.
And they
Like-
showed me pictures. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I was like,
We danced together
and
already?
I have tons of albums upstairs, and
Wow.
I showed her like,
We
look,
danced.
we're next to each other, we dance.
Wait, but
And
Tita Kat, so you were part of Barangay,
Mm-hmm.
but you didn't go to San Jose State.
No, I didn't go to San Jose State.
Okay.
Yeah, so
So San
we
Francisco.
met, in San Francisco. I actually went to City College of San Francisco for nursing.
Oh, gosh, in
Yeah.
San Francisco.
Yes, in San Francisco.
Okay.
And because I grew up in Daly City.
Mm,
And when we moved to the United States 1989 February with my whole family in El Sobrante.
wow.
way out
Total culture shock.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm like, it's really a lot of, it's not diverse. It's
Right.
right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I was like, I finished my 8th grade there, and then we moved after a few months to Daly City, and then all of a sudden it's like, wow,
It's
I
Manila
feel like
town.
I'm back to the Philippines.
Manila town.
I know. I was gonna say, like, when did you move to Daly City? Because that must have been.
I didn't even know that it was gonna be like that. That I'm like, no,
Right.
I went to Jefferson High School over there, which is like near top of the hill, Daly City, where there's a lot
on
of
mission.
Filipinos
Right,
on mission.
yeah.
And so I was like, wow, this is like the Philippines. It's
Yeah.
crazy. It's so different from El Sobrante. It's near Pinol.
Yeah.
I don't know where if you know where
Yeah.
that is, but I was just like, wow. So that's where I went to school, and then that's when I joined Barangay in my maybe like junior year of high school.
Okay.
And and then that's when I started being active and doing all these PCNs. I think I started working for that dental office company
Oh, yeah,
near
yeah.
the end of my high school,
In South San
going into
Francisco.
college,
Oh,
and
wow.
then in South San Francisco, where his aunt and their kids were going for dental services. So I would leave messages, and I didn't realize that he is actually related to Auntie Glo until
So technically,
later.
she met my family before she met me.
Yes, yes.
Oh my gosh. So you guys had met on multiple occasions.
Yeah.
But like the time that you met was through Barangay after Tita Kat was singing, or like you
Yes,
heard her
that's
sing?
when it started.
That's when it started.
Yeah,
Okay. That's when it was like, okay, this is like.
I think
someone
this
that
is the
I'm interested in.
catalyst, like how
Yeah,
we
yeah.
started
the singing
getting
was
together.
a
Yeah.
catalyst.
Yeah.
And your Nani and Tito Nelson were getting married, and they needed a singer. And it was a Christmas party for our town, their annual Christmas party.
Yeah.
And Tita Kat sang. And I called her Tito Nelson, like, Nels, are you still looking for a singer? There's this girl that can sing. She sounds incredible. And it was a flip phone, and I would like hold it up like this, hoping that he
razor.
would hear her.
The Motorola
And
Razor,
he's
if
like,
you know, you
"Dude, I
know.
cannot hear anything." Like, of course, it's
Obviously.
old
Like,
phones.
not a smartphone.
And then he said he and Nani asked, "Can we get a demo tape, cassette tape?"
Cassette tape.
And she recorded 2 or 3 songs.
yeah, I was like,
And-
oh, okay. I recorded 2 or 3 songs. I hope it's okay.
Yeah,
But
so
by then, you guys
We're
knew each
we're
other.
friends.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you were
we're-
friends.
we're-
They
just
starting to
hanging
like
out already.
date. Yeah. One thing that happened during that Christmas party, right? It's funny because my mom, I haven't introduced my mom or my family yet to him because we're just starting to
Right.
talk,
Yeah, it was-
right?
it was
Yeah, it was very.
still casual.
Yeah.
at
Yes,
the time.
and my mom was at that party because it's our town fiesta party, right? And
Yeah.
she said that she looked at June and she was just staring at him for a while without any reason why. And she was just like staring at him. And then that's why when he came to the house, he's like, "Hey, I saw you at the party."
Yeah.
And she said that I don't know
For
why.
some reason, something
she,
about you. I just like she just kept staring at me. She
yeah,
said,
during the party.
Right.
Like,
Not knowing anything that we were talking, but
Yeah,
she
we
just
weren't officially-
noticed.
Oh,
We weren't
oh,
officially-
She didn't
to
even
her,
know him.
to
Yeah.
her, you were just a random person at
Yeah,
the party.
and she
but
was
for
just
some
staring,
reason, she's like out of like the 200 people there at the party, she was just like
focused on him.
me,
And I'm like, I wonder. And we went
Why?
out after that party
that
too.
night we're supposed to, after that Christmas party again, we're
Metro-
we're in the same circle of friends with barangay people, right?
Right.
They wanted
And
to.
we were supposed to hang out at this club called Julian in San Francisco.
I don't know if you've heard of it. It's like in the 1990s,
it's
Jillian's
in
in the
the
Metreon and
Metreon.
Sony Metreon in
It was a nice club. So it's like
4th Street.
it's a restaurant, then it turns into a club after
Oh,
after
okay.
10 p.m.
Yeah.
Right? So we're like, okay, we're at this Christmas party, but we're gonna meet you guys there at at this time. And sure enough, I picked up Tita Kat and we went to Julian's. No one showed up.
I'm
Wait, who
like-
was supposed to go? Like your whole family?
Our friends, no,
Oh,
our
your
group of
friends.
Our
from
friends, they said,
Barangay.
"Oh, we're gonna meet you there."
You're like, yeah, we'll meet you there.
We're like, "What?"
And we're like,
Did they do that on purpose?
okay, yeah. Now
Yes.
looking back, we're like, huh, okay.
It's like they set
So
us up.
it was just me and her. Well, then Craig showed up. He was like, "Where's everybody?" We're like,
It's like I'm ready.
"We don't know," And I guess they kind of told Craig already what's going on, that they're like setting us up. And so after the club
You just
closed,
showed up anyways.
He just showed up just to see how we're doing, I guess,
Oh,
to
okay.
report to the rest of the group
Oh.
what's going on. And then the three of us had Mel's Diner.
After, yes.
After the club closed, and and Craig started teasing me like, "So June, you're seeing anybody? Anybody?" And like, I'm going to work later. I can just drop off Kat because you have a long drive all the way to San Jose.
Because he lives, I
And he
would
was
say maybe 10 minutes from me.
Yeah,
you know,
so-
okay,
and-
okay.
and-
so he
Craig
was
does.
offering, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, unbeknownst to me that he was just really testing me.
Yeah. He was like, "What are you gonna do?"
And and basically I said, no, I got it, man. I'll drop her off, because I'm the one that picked her up. I'll drop her off, and it's no problem. He's like, no, really, I'll drop her off. It's
live
no
close to
problem.
her.
Like, so he can just head home, straight
Wow,
home.
he did not let you off easy.
And I'm like, no, I'll
Just
drop
drop
her
her
off and stuff. And that started it. That whole,
Yeah.
and then like, ask her, like, hey, you want to see a movie, and again, I was living in San Jose. She was living in Daly City. So like, and she was still in school. I was like a young engineer, and we'd meet in Palo Alto.
You'd
And
drive.
that was our
meeting
that was your
place.
meeting point. That is
Yeah.
like smack in the middle.
Yeah.
Where in San Jose were you living at the time?
in Capitol Expressway, South San Jose.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
when she graduated, she got a job at Kaiser South San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Which is very
again,
close to Daly City.
we were gonna settle down in San Jose, and I'm like, dude, and she was driving an hour each way
I
every
would drive.
day.
Because I have to look for a job here. Thank goodness there's a Kaiser right here.
Yeah.
So I was, I was just looking for jobs here, but while I was doing that, I would commute every day, like an hour, and then he's like, "Oh my god!" I told him, I said, "I just made it in time, but 7 o'clock here."
Oh my god.
And
Yeah.
it's always. I mean, I guess for a husband or even a boy when we're still dating, it's always like a fear of like, that's a long drive. Like, I don't want
Yeah.
her driving that long.
Mhm.
I remember when we'd hang out late in San Jose, then she would drive home to
Oh,
Daly
wow.
City, and we'd stay on the phone.
Mhm.
Like again, before Life 360, before GPS,
Yeah.
all that stuff happens, right? I kind of knew where she is on Highway 280 because they're like drop calls.
Oh.
So it's like reception was so bad. So the first drop call would be around Sand Hill Road.
Uh-huh.
Man,
It's
I
like
didn't know
around-
that. He
around-
knew that. Like,
and then
okay,
and then she'd call me back.
that's
She's
good to
like,
me.
yeah,
I'm like,
and
oh
then,
god,
and then she'd call back. She's like, "Sorry, got cut off." I'm like, "Oh, it's okay."
he knows
And
right.
then we'd be
Yeah.
talking again,
Yeah.
and then it drops again, like around Woodside area. I'm
That
like,
was like your
okay.
checkpoint.
She's like 10 minutes from home. Like she's good.
That
And then
is
she'd
so
call
funny.
again. Yeah, so like that's how I can track her.
That is so
Just from
funny.
the
Like
drop calls.
you dropping your calls actually was comforting to him. Like
Yeah, right. I didn't tell her this.
I
It's
didn't
like-
know.
But I'm like, I
this is
knew
the
where
first
she
time
was.
I've heard this.
Because we'd
Wow.
be talking and talking and talking, and the funny thing is like you don't realize how fast she drives. This is one of the things you'll learn later on, in when you get together with somebody, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
When we started living in San Jose, and again she was working in Daly City, and she has like 7 a.m. shift.
Yeah, my shift is 7 a.m.
And sometimes
Oh
she'd
my
wake up
gosh.
so late, and I'm like, "Honey, you're gonna be late." She leave the house at what 6:15, 45 minutes. She makes it.
Like clocking in right there. You know how you
I
have to
was
clock
like,
in
"Dude,
for every
that
shift.
means you were flying on
I was like, I gotta
on
make it.
280.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
gosh. And you
oh
were,
my
well, I
God.
mean, it was early in the morning, so you didn't hit traffic, right?
No, I didn't
No.
hit traffic, but I think I remember I was telling him one time there was a cop that
You
got
got
me.
pulled over.
I got pulled over, and then I'm like, thank goodness I was in my scrubs and my ID was on. I'm sorry, and I was an ICU nurse also, so I would be like,
so you played
I
that
gotta
card.
Go.
Oh, she
Yes.
used that.
I
She
got.
used
I
that.
think I was stopped twice, and it always works.
She
Always
used the
works.
nurse card.
Oh my God. Yeah. What are they
I
going to do?
gotta
Give a
go.
nurse a ticket
I know.
with their
I
like
gotta
sick
go.
patient that
I
they
was
have to
like,
get
you did
to?
not. She's like, how to get a ticket? I was like, oh my God.
He just let
Oh
me
my
go.
gosh. Wait, okay. So
Oh,
let's,
yes.
I'm curious, before we get to the wedding, how long were you guys dating before you got married?
Oh, okay. This kind of goes into the wedding part. But
Yeah.
so we started officially dating like early 2002. 2000.
No, we December 2001, right? You were going
yeah,
to
yeah,
You were going
yeah.
to Vancouver.
Yeah.
We started dating then, but our official, I remember we went to Left Bank. That was our kind of like our official
Ooh.
date.
February 3rd, 2002.
Yes, February 3rd, 2002 was our
That's the date that you remember?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
But you had met before then.
Before then.
So how long were you guys friends before you started dating?
Gosh, I think it went pretty fast, right? Don't you think?
It went
It's just few
again.
months.
We met like we
like
said.
multiple
The
times in
Lonely
different.
performance
Right.
was 1999.
Actually,
Then we kind of knew of
Oh.
each other then, and then we
The
started.
Aloni performance is the one where you guys were partners.
Yes.
yes, that
So we
was
kind of knew of
2018.
each other,
Uh-huh.
and then late 2001. That's when our circle of friends started hanging out, and they kind of
Oh, I see.
started like connecting us. You know,
Strategically,
at
yeah.
each performance, right?
Yeah.
Like Rachel, our group of friends will be like, "So June, are you seeing anybody?"
I know. I'd be like, can you ask if he's
Well, like, and she'd be like so
So
embarrassed.
you were
like
so you were pretty immediately interested. in
yes,
him.
because I'm
Oh
like,
yeah, of course.
of course.
but I did not court you. I was just interested.
On record, she did not court him.
but I was.
But
I
guys,
showed
guys
signs.
know, guys
showed
know,
signs.
right? She would go to
Oh my
our
God.
practices every Friday night. We'd
And
have
I'm not
practices.
active member, okay?
Again, right?
Oh, yeah, you're
she
retired.
Right,
right?
retired.
She retired.
Oh, but you just showed up. That's so
I would
cute.
show
Right.
up just because I want to see my friends.
Right.
Sure. So before, in the late 90s, Barangay would have, or early 2000s, again, this is after college already, but I'm still performing with Barangay.
Right.
Because they have the annual show.
Mm-hmm.
So they would do the annual show plus the San Francisco Ethnic Festival.
Oh yes, ethnic
Right.
festival. Yep.
That's a yearly thing in San Francisco. You should watch if you
Ooh,
get
I'm
a
down.
chance.
Yeah.
Barangay used to have practices every Friday night from 6 to 8 p.m. at this
Wow.
South San
dance
Francisco.
dance studio in South San Francisco on Grand Avenue across the City Hall.
Uh-huh.
It's like on the third floor. And we were like, okay, everyone would come there, like people from SF State that are like still active and stuff. And I knew she's retired, but she would still show up at the practices. I'm like, what's she doing here? And she would not just show up in sweat. She would show up like,
Oh my
You would
god!
doll yourself up.
no, total like bebo, like, excuse me. But like all dressed up, like nice furry coats, and
Oh,
it was like all
wow.
dolled
Yeah, I
up.
actually had. I still have that coat, by the way,
the lion-
because
I
I
called it
loved
the
it. It's the
lion-
lion
the
coat
lion
because
coat.
it's the one with the fur.
Oh,
and it
yes.
was like the beige like suede jacket.
Yeah.
with the fur, and I'm like, I'm going here to see my friends and then go out
I'm
with
like,
them after.
Yeah, sure.
Oh my God. Wow. Okay. So when you were practicing and stuff, you were wearing like, practice clothes.
I didn't
but then-
practice. I was just
No,
watch
she would
because
just
I'm
sit
there.
there
I would sit there
and
because
watch.
my friends are there. Remember?
Oh, yeah. That's
Sure.
why.
Sure.
So,
But you caught on. You were
Yeah.
catching on
So-
there.
and when I give you the C, he goes, "This is not a mixtape, but a mix CD."
She
Who
burnt
gives?
a CD for me.
I burnt the
I don't
CD.
know.
Oh,
That's
how
a term
romantic.
that you guys know. But
Oh no,
yes.
yeah. Like
She
we
burnt-
make playlists for each other now,
Yeah.
but like back then.
Back then it was you
I
burnt-
burnt the CD for,
know.
and he's
So-
like, and love songs,
And
of
I was like,
course.
they're all love songs. Like, okay.
Oh, wow. So you were courting him.
Thank you.
Wait, this is not like that friends thing where you say that story.
Yeah, the friends thing. We're on a break.
Oh my gosh, that is so cute though.
Yeah,
like
so I
that
burned him
feels
a CD.
So it was pretty obvious then.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
late 2001, that's when we kind of started talking more and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. And then early 2002, that's when we started kind of dating.
And
Okay.
became like official on
official.
February 3rd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What made you guys official? Did you have a conversation about it or?
I was still kind of unsure for me. Until we met up. Well, there's one time I think
How can that? Wait. How can that be unsure when
Wait,
he
unsure?
wants to have expressly portraits with me?
3
I don't
months
know.
into
3
dating,
months into
right?
dating. Okay, wait a minute. That means those are pictures that will be forever there.
Yeah.
Like that one over there.
That's one of them.
How can that be unsure if you want pictures? Expressly portraits were big back then.
Yeah.
To have
Yeah.
pictures. And I'm like, wait,
But-
unsure?
No, it was fun. So when I again, she knew my family already, right? I think we said that earlier.
Right.
When I introduced her to my aunt and uncle, the ones that basically took care of me when we moved here, and they live in American Canyon.
Right.
And that weekend, coincidentally, Tito Nelson was visiting his parents in
Yeah,
American
that's so
Canyon.
funny that you guys both
right?
have family there.
That weekend, I was like, "Hey, dude, I'm introducing Kat to my aunt and uncle," and he's like, "Dude, I'm gonna be here this weekend. Let's hang out." Right? So we went into this karaoke club, Filipino karaoke club, in like Vacaville. And
Random.
so Tito Nelson, he's already met you, and we're like, okay, we're just gonna have dinner and eat and karaoke and just drink beers and stuff. And then at the end of that night, I asked Tito Nelson, "Do you think she really likes me?"
Oh,
right?
okay. So you were unsure about her.
About her
feelings.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
that's
I'm
what I
like-
meant. Sorry.
Came
So-
out-
I know,
Oh, wait a minute.
we obviously jumped to conclusions.
And your Tito Nelson goes, "Bro, you guys were holding hands under the table. Like, what do you mean that you're not sure if she likes you?" And then she also went on stage and sang. And I'm like, it's basically, he's the one that's like, snap out of it. She
Okay.
likes you. Shut up.
Okay, I'm hearing this more and more that like men, not to generalize, but like men don't want to assume anything. Like it's a dangerous game for them to assume anything. So like you
is.
literally need to like spell it out.
Yeah.
And hold their
or
hand
multiple
through it.
confirmations.
Or else they just will be like, yeah, but she could just be nice. Like
it's hard. And from what I hear nowadays, it's even harder.
it's even harder, yeah.
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 But even back then, you need your boys to like tell you.
You need
bro.
to hype
Do you-
up.
do you
yeah.
see it?
Like,
Do you
yeah,
see
yeah.
do you not
It's not
see
just
it?
me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
that confirmation.
She's
It's
not
like,
just
okay.
friendly holding my hand.
You know, like, yeah. And then a month later, then we did the express portraits. We're like, dude, it's March. We started dating in like January. What the heck? Who does
So he
that?
was extra sure about you. He just wanted to make sure.
Yes.
Yes,
that
I was
you
like,
were
I'm sure with those
Aw.
pictures.
Yeah.
The burn CD.
and again, we're so opposite in so many regards.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's never done hiking or active stuff, right? And I'm like
right.
outdoorsy.
He's
Right,
very
I-
outdoorsy. I'm glad
mountain
our
bike and
kids
stuff like
got
that.
that.
And we'd be talking, and she's like, "I've never been to Santa Cruz." I'm like,
Oh my God, yes.
"That's like 30 minutes from San Jose. Let's go."
Right.
And then I've been to Tahoe maybe. Oh, I don't think Tahoe.
Reno.
Maybe Reno, but not Tahoe.
And I'm like,
He loves
What do you
Tahoe.
mean you've never been to Tahoe? That's like a Filipino
So
thing. Filipinos go to Reno and Tahoe.
Yeah.
Said, I've only
And she's
been
like,
to
I've
Reno.
never been to Tahoe. So when we were dating, I brought her up there.
Yeah.
We
I was
did
like,
the
oh.
cruise, we did the lake thing,
Yeah.
and she was like,
Yeah, I became
Wow.
more outdoorsy. I
Yeah.
didn't realize
By
I had-
proximity. Yeah.
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 And we'd do hiking. We did the big basin, the waterfalls
Yeah.
hike.
Wow.
And she was like, oh my God.
So throughout your guys' like when you were dating,
when we were
that's what you
dating,
were
we'd
doing.
do all
Those
these
were our
things.
dates, you know.
Oh,
We
that's
would
so
do like
sweet.
outdoorsy
Yeah.
stuff and then eat.
You don't have to like spend money, right?
No,
It's like,
yeah.
We'd go
we
to
have
like,
the like most beautiful
yeah. And
Yeah.
then,
landscapes
yeah.
here.
And then we'd go, like, we'd meet up with some friends that do like arts and crafts, like San Jose, wine festivals and stuff
Oh
like
yes,
that.
the art and wine
Nice.
festival. So we
And
would
it's
go to
like,
festivals.
it's free.
Yeah.
You know, you just buy a plate of lumpia or something and get
True,
a wine,
yeah.
and it's like all day activity.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah.
again, she was still a student, and I'm just like a
Right.
young engineer. Like we're not rich by any measure.
Yeah.
So we'd make do with whatever.
Just do some quality
know.
time doing
Yeah.
all those things, you know.
For
So,
sure.
And
For
it-
sure. I love that
works.
though, because you guys travel a lot. Like your guys' dates or outings have evolved obviously since then, but it's cute to hear that you guys started so humbly, going on hikes, going to Tahoe, going to, arts and wines festivals.
Yeah.
No, when we started dating, I was a young engineer, like
Mm-hmm.
a year or so into the workforce. Tita Kai was still in school.
Mm-hmm.
She lived in Daly City. I lived in San Jose, so we'd meet halfway.
Right.
So that was our
Yeah.
SOP, right?
Yeah.
That's every week we'd do that.
University Avenue,
University
Palo Alto.
Avenue, Palo Alto. You watch a movie, have dinner, simple
yeah.
dinner, walk around Stanford Mall, University Avenue. That was our date.
and then we'll meet in the weekends. Either we, like he will drive me to Santa Cruz, or we'll go to Tahoe.
Yeah,
then
we'd go hiking, which
Yep.
she's never done before. I'm like, what? You don't hike? Like, you've
like,
never been
"No,
to Santa
that's not
Cruz?
me."
But we'd do those on weekends. And one of our first days was Napa. And she was,
Yes.
Oh,
again,
wow.
she was like, I've never been to Napa. I was like, oh
Now
my
it's
God.
one of my favorite places. To
and
go.
I'm like,
Aw.
okay,
Yeah.
I'll drive. You be the navigator. We'll go through,
Oh my God, I
Oh my God,
remember
this is one of the stories, right?
You were the navigator.
Yes.
Yes.
Again, this is
Okay, you'll
before
find out.
GPS and all this
I know,
stuff.
to a
right?
place that you've never been before.
I have the printouts of
Printouts.
MapQuest.
this is of like Google Maps, right? Like it's like step by step.
Oh
like,
yeah, like this, but
and Tita Kat likes to talk. She was telling me stories and stuff, and next thing you know,
we're getting to know each other, of course, right?
and I'm like, this is so far. Like we went through the Golden
Oh my
Gate
God.
Bridge route, right?
Right.
That
So you
route.
picked her up from
I
Daly
picked her up
City.
in Daly City. Then
Okay.
I went up through San Francisco Golden Gate, and I'm like, I know there's Highway 37 that would connect us to Napa. We kept talking and talking. Next thing you know, we're like closer to Santa Rosa. I'm like, dude, this is like 2 hours away up north from the Golden Gate.
Did you bring?
I'm like, where were we supposed to
And you wouldn't have
exit?
known. You've never been there.
Yeah,
Like,
Right? Because the whole time we were just talking, talking,
like,
laughing,
oh.
and she would sing, and I would just look like,
God,
she's
that's-
singing.
Oh.
And then she was like, she looked at the printout. She was like, oh, we're supposed to exit on this highway. And I'm like, that's like an hour and a half back. So we were supposed to have picnic lunch at Visa Tui like at 11:30, right? So I picked her up around
okay.
10 o'clock. We didn't get to Visa Tui till like 1:30, and we were both hungry.
Oh.
Right, and of course we're still like kind of
trying-
dating.
yeah, you're trying
We're
to, like, keep it together.
I can't be hangry. right?
And you can't be, you can't be angry.
She was quiet the rest of the time. The rest
Oh
of
my
the drive
gosh, because I'm like,
until
oh
we
my
got to
God,
Visa
I'm
2, and I'm like, we're gonna eat. We're gonna get a Moscato because she liked Moscato, sweet wine,
Mm-hmm.
and we got drunk. And we
Your
ended
stomachs
up,
were empty.
exactly, and we ended up taking a nap like under
Oh my
the
God, we
tree
took a
on the
nap.
grass.
Oh,
Like we had a
like a
blanket,
picnic mat.
Aw.
Yeah,
and
we
that
just laid there,
became
like,
our date.
And we
that
like
day.
started like just laughing because we're kind of
We were
drunk.
like buzzing, right?
and we're like, we
was
can't drive. We'll just lay here.
So we didn't visit any other wineries
We
but
just
that,
we stayed there.
and we just hung out there. And I'm like, okay,
Like a 3-hour drive. Just
like okay,
Just laid there on a picnic mat.
That's
and
one
just,
of the
Wait,
things,
that's so cute though.
But again, I mean, because as a young engineer, so the older engineers that I work with, of course, they're like in their late 20s, 30s. They know the places to like bring her here, like Samir and them, right? They were like, oh, you should bring her to Napa, you should bring her to like Shadowbrook and all, the places around here, right? So I would bring her there. Again, she was still a nursing student, and then she graduated. She got her license. Shortly after that, I got laid off.
Right. Yeah.
And so like the roles changed.
For sure.
Yeah.
And
for sure.
of course, you don't want your girlfriends to be paying for everything, right? It's like,
Mm-hmm.
so I was unemployed for like 10 months,
Right.
right? Almost a year. And I was like so desperate to
Mm-hmm.
find a job. Like no one was this is like shortly after the .com bust. No one was hiring Silicon Valley.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be like doing part-time jobs anywhere. And she'd be like, oh, let's go out here. I'm like, it's okay. I'll pay. But then our dates became like Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Costco.
Or Costco.
Mhm.
Or if I have extra money, we'd go to Burger King.
Okay.
I was like,
Oh, when
a
you want to
little
splurge a little bit.
right?
Yeah.
Splurge
Yeah.
a little.
Burger King's expensive.
And-
Yes.
And then I heard about, and she would tell me about like, yeah, at the hospital, there's these CNAs, mostly guys that help
Mhm.
around the hospital.
Yeah.
And there's a CNA program in Daly City.
Yeah, they did. They had
And this
one
was
for
like the
6
10th
months.
month of me being unemployed. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to sign up.
Mhm.
Like change course. I'm going to
Yeah.
leave engineering, go into this health, field. And I signed up. And that was going to start on a Monday, late June 2003.
Yeah.
That Friday before that Monday, before the program, CNA
Mhm.
program starts, I get a call from a recruiter and say, hey, United Defense is looking for a thing. Would you be interested? And that's
Yeah.
like a 9 a.m. call.
It's
on
just
a
crazy
Friday.
that it happened
Right
like right
before.
before he has
Days.
to. Yeah.
Days.
And I'm
before.
like, yeah, I worked there before. Send him my
Right.
resume. And like within an hour or so, he called back. It's like, can you start Monday? I'm like, what? And he's like, well, apparently they remember you from where
Oh
your
my
first job out of
gosh.
college.
Like 10 months of you really
Yeah.
struggling to find a job, and then all of a
and
sudden.
all of a sudden, it
Yeah.
happened. I'm like, yeah, I can start Monday.
oh
It's
my
like,
gosh.
And yeah, I was at BAE for what, almost 10 years, 9 years until Apple called, during that recession.
We already had
Right.
Josh
We
already.
already had Josh. So I was there for a long
Oh,
time.
yeah.
We bought this house out of BA Systems. One of those things where, we're building life together. Like we started from like our dates were at Taco Bell,
Yeah.
Costco and things like
Yeah.
that. But the funny thing is we always have like, one day we'll go there. One day we'll do this. One day we'll do the Mediterranean cruise.
Right.
And it's more like it manifests
Trying to
something,
manifest
right?
it.
Right.
It's like,
But it's still, there was still like I mean, I don't know. I feel this sometimes too, where it's like, oh yeah, like one day we'll do this. But like, it's still hard sometimes to like actually picture yourself doing
no,
it.
Yes.
it's so, what's the word? It's parang yung malayo. Like it
feels
it's
so
out
far.
of reach, right?
Out of reach,
Something
yeah.
so
Yeah,
out
yeah.
of reach. But we made a list. At one time, I on Excel, I'm like, one day we'll do this. One day we'll do. That's like a list of places that we want to see or we want to do. And I showed it to her. So I'm like, one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That must be so special though, to like be able to knock some of these things off
They're-
together.
And when they do happen, you have to pinch yourself.
He told you about his past, right? And so it was like, my God, to be able to own this house, it's just so different from when I grew up, just me and us and my brothers, and
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
So
and
we-
with my mom raising us, right?
Yeah,
So-
my mom raised us, single mom raised us 4 boys. I was the youngest of 4 boys in the province in the Philippines. You've probably seen pictures of Bahay Kubo, like,
It's
the
really like
nipa hut,
that.
right? Our house was literally that.
Yeah.
The walls were made of bamboos, and our floors were made of bamboos also. It was like,
Yeah.
and we were surrounded by rice fields. That was my childhood, and my brothers and I, we would talk about it like, who would have thought,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's
There's
like,
no way that this
Yeah.
life that you're living right now, you would have imagined it.
it's insane.
back
I
then.
wouldn't have dreamt any of this.
But I think that's what makes it so special, is that you have so much appreciation
Yes.
for it versus like, I don't know, people who this is just
Who grew up with things already, right?
Yeah. When you were unemployed and you were trying to find a job, you guys were still living separately, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
When did you move in together? Was it before or after you got married?
After we got
After we
married.
got married.
Okay, so we've
Yes.
caught up to the wedding then. This
Yeah.
like
Yes.
anticipated story.
Yes.
So what happened there?
The pamanhikan, right? Like in the Philippines, you have to first ask for the hand, your girlfriend
Filipino,
or the
right?
daughter
Right. Yeah.
from the parents. We were at
August.
her cousin's wedding in Santa Barbara,
Okay.
Robin's wedding. After the wedding was Saturday, Sunday before we headed back, we went shopping at the outlet in Santa Barbara, and all the women were shopping. Next thing I know, I was sitting next to her dad, my future father-in-law, and he speaks Kapampangan. Mind you, when we were dating, since I didn't have parents, I'm an orphan. We would go out on dates even with her parents. We'd go
You'll
to
do
Napa.
double dates with my
we'd
mom and
double
dad.
date with mom and dad.
Aw, that's
Yeah.
sweet.
Like we'd go to Napa. They've never been to Napa. We're like, okay, let's go to Napa.
Yeah.
So they'll see Napa.
We won't take the wrong exit this time.
And
Yes.
and I like Filipino music. She likes Filipino music. They like Filipino. We'd go watch Filipino concerts together.
Aw.
So her dad and I have always been okay, like close like that.
Yeah.
So that weekend,
There was there this like, I don't know,
they just felt
like,
comfortable with
yeah,
me.
because you were
And I
from the
spoke-
same,
Yeah, from the same town.
And I
From
spoke
from
the same
town,
language, so
spoke
it's
the
like
same language.
yeah. And her dad was a mechanical engineer,
Oh.
Yes.
and I'm a mechanical engineer,
so
so
they
it's
can
like
talk that too.
we could talk
Yeah.
that
Engineering.
language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were just sitting on the bench, and for some reason I'm just like, I asked him, I said, "Tang, like, is it in our native tongue?"
You're right.
I said, "Would it be okay? Can I get your blessing to marry Catherine?" And he looked at me like her dad is like serious, like and he looked at me and was like, "Are you sure?"
Oh my God. I'm like, Dad.
And I'm like,
When he told me, I go, really? My dad said
I'm like,
that?
in my head, I'm like, is he joking? What do I say after that?
It's like, am I sure about what?
Like, I'm like- and he
you
knows we've been,
sure?
again, we've double dated. I'm serious about
like
his
you're
daughter.
not just a boyfriend.
And I took it as kind of like a joke slash, like
Yeah.
he's really concerned more about me. Well, like what's going on? And I said, "Opo, I'm serious." And he's like, "Oh, okay."
But my dad does that though. It's
Yeah.
serious face,
Yeah,
joking.
it's serious.
So he was joking.
I don't know.
I don't know. To this day, I mean, may he rest in
Like,
peace.
But I I was a little spoiled
So-
by my dad, though. Maybe
She
that's
was.
why he said that.
You talk to her
Yeah.
siblings, they'll
Yeah.
say like,
Yeah,
Ate is the
because
favorite.
I'm the oldest, right? So
She's the oldest, and she's
yeah.
like, yeah. 2 weeks after, I gave her a promise ring
Uh-huh.
because I said, "This is all I can afford."
Yeah.
You know, it was like the sapphire blue
one. I still
ring.
have it.
And then my birthday, the following month, September 8th, she was throwing a surprise party for me at their house.
Yes.
Right? It's like
He didn't. Yeah, surprise. Yes, he didn't know.
Right?
Yes, I asked
didn't-
my sister.
to set up.
We're gonna go out for dinner. Please, please set up like a birthday thing for him. Like have the cake ready.
You asked your sister this?
Yeah, ask my
Oh,
sister,
okay.
so that when we come home,
At the parents' house.
yeah, at my mom and dad's house. Yeah, the parents'
You
house
surprise him.
to
Like,
surprise June, right?
little did she know that I was planning something with the same sister.
Oh my gosh.
And I told her, like, Cindy, I'm going to propose to your
Yeah.
ate on my
Like,
birthday.
what?
So we're going to go out on my birthday. Then we're going to come back to the house. And that's where
Oh my God, I can only
so
imagine
there's
your
like
sister.
double
My
surprise.
sister's like, what am I gonna do?
What are
Right? And so
Wait,
I
that's so
and
funny.
what I gave Cindy like all these candles, like bags of candles to light up in the living
Oh,
all around the
okay.
living room.
Right. To like set the stage.
We come back from our day activity and we went to her house thinking, okay, there's a surprise birthday party. And we
He
walked,
doesn't know the surprise. And
I
don't
didn't
know
know,
about
and
the
she didn't know about
proposal.
the surprise proposal,
But,
surprise
like-
birthday.
So it was really up to your sister.
Yeah, to
Yes.
figure it out. He did.
Cindy, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
So she planned all of this. So we walked in. It was Lola, your mom, dad, siblings. They're all in line in the living room, like waiting, right? And we're like, surprise. And she was like, surprise.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday. And then they're like, yeah, happy birthday. And then they're like waiting because they know I was going to propose.
Right. Right.
So
Oh
they're
my
like,
God. I can't even imagine this happening. Like,
Walking in there.
it was like
Surprise,
controlled
honey.
chaos, right? It's like,
right.
like
and them knowing.
them knowing. So they're
That-
like,
oh
they're
my
like
God.
anticipating when is he going to go on his knees? Like, and then I think it was like,
And then you
Rena-
need to count. You're probably just like,
what's
okay,
going on?
let's-
They're
yeah,
like,
what's happening?
Why are you all standing in line? What's going
We
on?
already said happy birthday.
yeah,
And
like,
then and then somebody, I think it was Lawrence or Rena said, June, are you gonna say something? And then that's when I got on my knee and then, in front of everybody.
in front of everybody.
In front of everybody, got on one knee and showed her the ring that I loaned from Zales again, right? Because I'm still like, okay,
Yeah.
I have like 12 months to pay this. I just had started a new job like 3 months ago
Right.
at that time.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, yeah, we got this. I can pay the monthly and then get it paid off in a year. So I'll propose. But by then we'll have like money for our wedding. That was the plan.
Well, our date was supposedly August 28th,
2004.
2004, sorry.
So we set the date August 28th,
2004.
08,
For the
28
wedding.
For the wedding.
Okay.
Right? Weeks after September 8th, we started looking at videographer, photographer, venue, priest,
for the following year.
church for that date, August 28th, 2004.
Oh gosh.
A month later, her dad was diagnosed with
It's so he had a tumor years before.
Mm-hmm.
And they took it out. So he was good, That's why he was able to go with us to concerts and to
Right.
Napa. We found out that that it metastasized to his lungs. So he was diagnosed with lung cancer also. Yeah. So
Crazy.
he started, having radiation,
Mm-hmm.
and so that really made him really
Oh.
weak.
Mm-hmm.
he reacted.
He
really
reacted. So
badly.
like we had to, from being able to walk, he was not able to walk anymore. He became like chair
Wow.
bedbound.
Yeah.
So
Really quickly.
Yeah, really
Yeah.
quickly. So it kind of put a toll on him. Our plans for the following year changed.
it changed quickly.
Yeah.
Wait, when was he diagnosed? What?
That was he started going to treatment
Like maybe
around the time that I proposed, like September. By
Okay.
October, like his
It
health
went
just went
down.
downhill.
Yeah.
His body just went
Yeah.
downhill. The funny thing is November 8th,
Yes.
November 3rd or 4th,
Mhm.
that Saturday, her younger sister, was supposed to get married,
in church.
right? In church.
But she's been married in civil wedding.
They've been together
They've been together for
for a while.
years.
Okay.
But they
Okay.
decided to do a church wedding November.
I forgot that early November 2003. And then she had cold feet.
Yeah.
She didn't want to get married. She's like,
But they were already married.
They're already
They were
married.
already together.
But she got cold feet of doing a church
She had cold
wedding.
feet. They were having issues. And mind you, when the doctor said, "You guys are lucky if your dad is around by Christmas," and Tita Ka was like, "I want my dad at my wedding," you know, and I'm like, we can't. Filipino have this superstition where siblings cannot get married in the
I
same
don't know if you
year.
heard of that. It's called sukob.
It's called sukob,
No.
right? They said one of the couples will have really bad luck.
Well, one will thrive and the other one will
the other
not.
one will not.
So they try not to be in the same year.
Okay.
The wedding.
The same
With-
calendar year.
Same
not-
calendar
Okay.
year.
So
yeah.
when Rena
was
had cold feet and canceled the wedding, she and I were like, let's take their spot this year. So mind you, that's early November.
Oh my gosh, that's like
So
weeks later.
yeah.
Yes.
So early November, and we're like, do we have time? And so we started calling our vendors, like our photographer, videographer,
the hotel.
you know, the church. We called the first thing we called was the church. Like
Yes, the church, like to find out if there's
Father
any
Patilla.
openings. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, there's a wedding on November 22nd, but the Friday is open.
Because
and
it's a Friday, right?
Friday
Right.
weddings are
Yeah, yeah.
just as
Open.
good.
Yep.
And then we have friends, Jay and Ren,
Really
were
close
getting
friends.
married, really close friends. They're getting married that Saturday, November
That was planned a year
22nd.
before, November
A year before.
22nd,
So we
they're
knew
getting
their
married.
wedding's happening November 22nd.
And you were going to that wedding.
Yes.
We're
And no, I
part-
was
we're
a
part-
bridesmaid.
we're part of the wedding.
She's a groom.
Right?
So
And then my best friend was like, I'm leaving that 23rd on a vacation. If you're getting married, you better get married before November 23rd. and then my brother, same thing. My brother was like, I'm your only brother here. You guys have to get married before December 1 because I'm going to the Philippines for vacation to visit his family.
Right. All of these things
So all
were
these things
planned
were
in
happening. We're like,
advance. Right.
So
and
we
like,
looked at the
meanwhile, the time, like, clock was ticking for your
Yes.
dad.
clock was ticking for her dad, and I'm like, okay, Friday, November 21st is our date.
Wow.
no, and then some other friends would call. What are you guys doing 2 weeks from now?
2 weeks from now.
From Friday.
And they're like,
And they're
why?
like,
What's
why?
going on?
What's
Go get
going
dinner.
on?
Like,
And we're like, we're getting married. We're like, what? Okay, we're there.
When they found out like
You know.
it's a wedding that you're going to, they're like,
Right.
yeah, we'll
And
definitely
yeah,
be there.
That's why
oh my
our
gosh.
we anticipated that our original August 28th, 2004 wedding was going to have like 200,
200
250
people at least, right?
Oh,
Because we have big families. Right?
Right. Yeah, yeah.
When we started calling people, luckily the hotel said we can accommodate it. Church accommodated. The videographer was like, dude, we'll make it happen. The photographer, she's like, I'm free that night. Covered.
What?
Nani and Tito Nelson were like, we'll make the invitations or some the programs. And, you know, like, and I'm like, bro, you're going to be the MC. You know? And it's
Just
like,
was he there?
yeah, he was
Yes,
he was our
the
Oh my God,
MC.
he must have been amazing.
It was a cheap wedding.
Yes.
Like again, 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, we put
Yeah,
everything.
And
2
her-
weeks.
her
the flowers,
the
flowers he put together.
I went to Costco, the one on Coleman, and the florist, I guess, she saw me and she was like, "What's going on? Do you need help?" And I'm like, "I'm getting married this coming Friday, or next Friday."
She's probably like, what are you doing here?
And yeah, and I'm like, "We don't have a florist. I don't know what to do." And she was like, "It's November. You know what? What's your theme?" Like, I'm like, anything red, like anything.
Okay.
And she was like, "Okay, come back next week. We'll have all the shipment of all the
Poinsettias.
we'll have all the new shipment of poinsettias. Grab a bunch of those, and we'll give you a bunch of roses. Come back on this day."
Oh my god.
I came back to Costco the day before the wedding. She had roses in buckets, and then she taught me how to make bouquets for
So
the
nice.
flower
That was
girls
really
and
nice.
the
Yeah, she did not have to do that.
No, she didn't have to do it.
Yeah. So you did all the flowers.
me, my brother, and the groomsmen.
Wow. Okay, so you guys went from getting engaged, you found out your father didn't have much time
Yes.
left, and then you had to expedite your wedding. Like, what? Like, what was going through your guys' minds? Because, I mean, there was probably a million and one things happening for
Yes.
you, but like, strictly the fact that you guys got engaged, thinking that you were going to be engaged for almost a year,
Yeah.
to now we're getting married in 2 weeks. Like, there was no mental preparation that you guys
There
had
isn't.
any time for. Like,
all that went out the window when we literally had to borrow. I remember I borrowed money. We borrowed money from Auntie Christie
Oh,
for a deposit
yeah,
for the
deposit
hotel.
for the hotel.
And again, because recently had a job, and
Right.
we're
Yeah.
still building our, we're young in our careers. We didn't
Yeah.
have money,
right? To actually put a
And
down
we're like,
payment, and we thought we had
"Oh my
time,
God."
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So after we got married, my brother was like, again, because he was going to be gone for a month, he was like, you guys can stay at the house after the wedding. Good thing my brother's house in Fremont, they have this kind of like an in-law thing room. So that's where we stayed
For
for
like 6 months, actually.
Oh.
Yeah,
because
we stayed with him.
we just needed to settle in.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
you know, and he's
You
like,
were not
stay here
even
as
by
long as
6
you
months.
can.
You guys still like in the original timeline. You weren't have been married yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Was your brother in the Philippines that whole time, or
No. But he was the first month. He was like, he, you know, gave me the keys and stuff. You guys can stay here. And then he came back, but you know, he let us stay there as long as we wanted.
Oh, he had the in-law unit.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
He
I don't
had-
know why I
he
thought
had
he
the
lived
house.
in there.
No.
Okay.
He had the house.
Okay.
And yeah, in those 6 months, we were able to find the condo
Yes.
right across the freeway here.
Wow.
Yeah,
in
it was
South San
across the
Jose.
freeway. Yeah. That home too. It's just, I think it was luck. We were looking for a place, right? And we're like, oh my God, we can't afford like a
Nothing fancy.
nothing
big,
fancy.
Right.
We just
you
wanted
know.
a condo, right, to start with. And we were looking, and everything was like somewhere above 475,
Yeah.
above 500, right? 500K.
That was expensive during that
Which-
time.
back then.
Back then.
Yeah.
Then
You
for a
know.
condo, right? And so we're like, oh my God, I was at work and I looked at MLS and I said, honey, oh my God, there's one right there in South San Jose near Kaiser, right?
Yeah.
And then this is the address. And guess what?
I was driving around San Jose that morning, and then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna drive around this area, like to see how it is. Right?
Oh, okay, because you were like already actively looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just went into this neighborhood, and there's this person that was putting up a sign, like digging, and I'm like, is this for sale? He's helping out a couple of friends
Right.
that were trying to but sell the condo.
Fast.
It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo fast because they're retired. They want to move to Santa Cruz. They bought a house in Santa Cruz.
Okay.
They just want to sell it. And I'm like, can I see it? And then he's like,
The
yeah,
sign wasn't even
but
in
it's
the
not
dirt
in the
yet.
market. It's not even in the market yet.
Yeah.
Or it just got posted.
It just got posted.
Just got posted.
Because I
And that
saw
was
it.
what you saw.
And it
I
was
saw
not.
it
It was not on.
online.
it
but you
was-
hadn't talked yet.
No,
No,
it
until
was
I
not
called.
open house. It was not an. It's
It
not
was
an
just
open house, but it
listed.
was just listed.
Wow.
right? And he was still setting it up.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I walked up the stairs, got into the living room. I was like, wow, it's like one of those things where people say the house will speak to you, right? And then my phone rings. And she's like, honey, I found
this.
a good one. It's near Kaiser, San Jose,
It's a condo.
And I'm like,
I'm literally
is it,
here.
is it?
I said,
And she gave me the address, and I'm like, I'm here.
I'm inside the house.
And she's like,
I'm
what?
What? Are you
And I'm
crazy?
like, yeah, I'm here.
What?
Yeah.
So the realtor goes upstairs and talks to me, and he's like, are you interested? I'm like, oh, yeah. And I'm like, how much is it gonna go for? He's like, $350.
Crazy.
I'm gonna put it in the I'm gonna put it
price.
online for
Hearing that number now is
Oh,
insane.
God, it's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, just give me 5,000 over asking. It's yours.
That's it. That's all you want.
Because
Because
Mind you-
they were trying to sell it.
They just want to sell it
Yeah.
and move out. Mind you, we've been getting overbid. Like how many times we've gotten
Oh,
we find a
wow.
nice condo, nice community. People
Someone will
are
come in.
overbidding like 50,000, 100,000.
Ugh.
Like we don't have that kind of money.
Right.
And when he said, just give me 5,000 over asking, I'm like, I called my best friend. I'm like, dude, can you write up an offer for this? My best friend was doing real
on the side.
on the side,
Okay.
like part time. And he was like, okay. Then he wrote it up and sent it, and then we got the condo.
That's
Crazy.
insane.
It was like,
It's just like
okay.
the-
My
I can't
brother-
believe you literally called him and he was like, "Wait,
And
I'm
he was
here."
in
like
there.
literally, he was. I'm
I was like,
I'm
what
and you just
here.
happened to be there. Like you
Yeah,
were
I was just driving around and then saw the guy digging that thing where they put the posts,
Mhm.
and yeah, I'm like,
I was like,
Wow.
what?
I'm here.
How are you in there? I'm just looking at it right now
So
online.
So you guys, that was your place. Like
That was our first-
You needed to.
Yeah.
Something was bringing you there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know.
so that's where Josh's, that second bedroom was Josh's nursery. He was a baby, and
Grew up
that's
there.
where he started crawling in the carpet.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's like, and the funny thing, this house. So I like to bike, mountain bikes and stuff. We would go biking, right?
So like in the weekends,
And
we will go biking.
In the weekends, we'd go biking, and there's Coyote Creek Trail that connects that neighborhood.
that neighborhood to
and
this
goes
neighborhood.
Underneath Highway 101, where we used
Where
to
we
live.
were right across the freeway.
Okay.
There's a trail that connects that trail
Into
to
this neighborhood.
Oh, okay.
And then we were just biking one day, and we're like, we went under the freeway and it's like, just follow the path, whatever.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, oh, okay.
And then it goes into basking ridge. We're like, oh my God, there's a whole neighborhood here.
It's
What
like,
the
what is
heck?
this neighborhood?
I know,
We
it's
didn't even
hidden.
right?
Yeah.
And we're like, and the funny thing is, I told her when we got to the end of Basking Ridge, I'm like, you know what, honey, one day we'll live here.
He said that, right? One day.
Literally,
and
I said one day.
one
and he was like,
day.
oh, that'd be
You're
nice.
like, okay.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know? And sure enough, like driving down 101, there's this big sign, KB Homes and Leonard Homes, future home site. We're like,
Wait, that's
Oh
the
my
same
God.
neighborhood.
that's at the end of that
Wow.
neighborhood. It's going to be new builds, and they said November, there's going to be lottery.
Oh.
Yeah.
And
Well,
again,
that makes sense actually, because this was probably like
yeah.
in demand.
And we're like, okay, we'll go. First thing in the morning, we're going to be in line. And we did.
We're number
We're number 3
3
in line.
in line
We just,
Wait, what do you mean in line? Like you?
to get into
to get
the lottery
into the
system.
lottery system. We were in line. That's how it
Oh.
was then.
You
It
get
was
in
like
line and
you get in
you
line
get a number.
to be part of the lottery system.
So you get a number to be put in the lottery,
Yeah.
and then
they'll-
the lottery is random.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're like,
They will call you
okay,
if
we'll
they,
go. We'll
if
go.
they
We'll,
pick
we'll,
your name.
we'll line up and see if we're lucky enough to get in. We're number 3, so we got there, and then they asked, "Where's your show money?
No, and papers. Where are your papers?
Where are your papers
and show money? And we're
And
like,
we literally didn't have anything with us.
It's nothing.
We just went there,
We're young. We're young. Nothing.
and we're like,
You cannot have been the only people who like showed up just
yeah,
like
apparently.
hoping.
yeah, because people were
apparently.
just lining up.
so we're like, and they're like, oh, you need to show like 20% down.
Like at that moment.
At that moment, and the asking price and the starting price for these homes were in the 800s already, or
800s,
700, mid 700 to 800
and this was what, like 2010,
to 2005,
No, 2005.
2005.
right? And we're like, we don't have that kind of money. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, like
heck?
20%.
They were expecting you to have
Right.
that then.
show money,
show money,
right?
like to show in our accounts.
And then so we went home. We're like so discouraged. We're like,
Yeah.
"God, I guess it's not for us." So my friend, my realtor friend, my best friend called me. He's like, "So how'd it go?" And we're like,
Yeah.
They needed show money. We didn't have anything, so we didn't get a number." And he was like, "Go to your bank account, print out your bank accounts, print out your 401ks. I'll meet you guys there." And we're like, okay. So we did that. We printed out all our stuff and had a folder and brought our paperwork.
Uh-huh.
We didn't have cold cash liquid assets.
Right.
Homeboy came in, brought his printouts of his own bank savings, checking, 401k. And we got to the front of the line. We were number 32 at that point.
from number 3.
And from number 3, and I guess a lot of people came and got turned away also.
Right,
We're like,
yeah.
oh my God. And he said, I'm co-signing for them.
It's crazy.
And
I
we're
told
like-
him, I said, God, you have like a few best friends. You know,
Yeah.
besides Ninong
You-
Nelson, it's also his longtime friend,
Yeah,
Remo. And I'm
he was
like,
one of my
gosh.
first friends when we moved here in 1989.
Right. He was the
In
one that
eighth
was
grade.
where you were
Eighth grade.
living. Oh.
And he was
grade,
living
since
with
eighth
in
grade.
college. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he was my roommate in college,
Oh
and
my
then
gosh.
He met him
I
in
was
eighth
renting a
grade.
room for him. After college, he bought a townhouse, and it was like rent one of the rooms. And yeah, he just showed up with us, and I'm like, hey, what are you doing here? Well, he said he was gonna show up, but
yeah, but you didn't know that he was
But I didn't
gonna-
know he was gonna bring his
Yeah.
stuff, and again,
I was like
Maybe
so
people have-
surprised. I go, wow, that's
because
really
we saw
nice.
his paperwork, and I'm like,
Okay, you're good.
how the hell do you have 30,000 in your checking? Not even saying in your checking account. He's like, oh, I just sold some blah blah blah.
Wow. Yeah.
So we got the house
Got the
because of
house.
him.
Oh my gosh.
And it was like, we got to the point where, all right, you get to pick which one you want because you're number 32. All the other numbers already
Yeah.
went.
We got to pick what we wanted in this house, what
Yeah.
cabinet color, everything. So
Or
this
even
is where
the
the kids,
location, even the
location of the house.
because we have no neighbors in the backyard. It's a
yeah,
hill.
and we
It's up-
picked this one because
we're
there's
like,
no
Wow.
no
You know.
neighbors. Yeah.
Oh
So,
my
yeah.
gosh. It hadn't been built yet.
no,
it's
We're
from
the
the,
first
ground
owners.
up. Yeah, and so
So we got to pick the options.
Oh my
the
gosh,
floors,
that's
the
so
tiles,
fun.
everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't. Yeah.
And it was
So
again.
this is like your house. Like
Yeah.
you
We
basically.
saw it
where
in-
the
yeah.
kids
since
grew up.
again since we live just across the freeway, there'll be days when we'd come here We'd park on the driveway across the street, and we'd just like stare at it.
When
Like,
yeah,
oh my
when they were
God.
building it.
When they
we're
were
just-
building it from the
we're
ground
just like,
up.
I can't believe this is gonna be our
This is
house.
gonna
We
be
just
our
looked at
house.
each other and like, I
And we're
can't
like,
believe this is gonna be our house.
It's happening.
So Josh was born at the condo.
At the condo.
condo.
Was Kai born there too?
Kai was
Kai's
here
here
because
already.
they're
Okay.
6 years apart.
Oh, that's
yeah,
another
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
So
That's another
it took
thing,
us a
like-
while to have a second child.
Right.
So purposely we waited. Again,
About 2 years.
family pressure and whatnot. I always
Yeah.
had in my head like we don't want kids one after another. Like I want some space.
Mm-hmm.
2 to 3 years, right? So 2 to 3 years we waited, and then it didn't happen.
Yeah.
And we're like,
you were actively trying. though.
Actively-
Yeah,
we're
and there would be
actively
there'd be
trying.
times when I'm like, okay, my period didn't come.
And she
Okay,
get
good.
excited.
I would get excited.
Oh.
I'd get excited, and then all of a sudden, and then I'd just be, I'd just be like disappointed when
Yeah.
it would come, and I'm like, oh my god, when are we gonna have our 2nd one, right?
Our kids are 6 years apart. Like the 4th and 5th and 6th year, we're like, we have one kid. We're blessed with one. If there's no, if it's not gonna happen, it's not gonna
Yeah,
happen.
I said,
Right.
we're good, having one child. If this is what
Yeah.
God gives us, right? Yeah.
2011.
When we kind of let go
September.
and just say, you know
when
what,
it
if it doesn't
happened.
happen-
That is so.
It happened when
That
we
seems
said.
to always happen that way.
Yeah,
Yeah, when
it
you're
happened
just
when
like,
we said
okay.
it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
Right.
yeah,
We lifted off all that pressure.
yeah, and all that
and
stress.
that's when
And we're like,
we
okay.
had Kai, and Josh was the one that named Kai.
Really.
Yes, yes.
Really.
nothing-
how did he?
We always liked Matthew, so that's his first name, Matthew Kai.
Oh, his first name is
First
Matthew.
name Matthew.
His first name is
Oh.
Matthew.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, I liked Matthew because I wanted to call him Matty, like as a
yeah.
nickname.
Yeah.
But Josh is like, can I name him? And it was around 2000 2011, Ninjago.
Ninjago was big.
It was a
Lego
cartoon
Ninjago.
show.
Really.
Yeah,
It was
a
so big for kids. And his
Ninja.
favorite character was a red ninja called Kai.
Kai.
Oh.
Yes.
So he's like, can I name my brother Kai?
Kai.
And
That's
I
so
was like,
sweet.
I'm like, of course.
And we love Hawaii, so I'm like,
And Kai is
Kai.
also,
Kai is
Hawaiian
ocean
for
and
ocean.
Hawaii
Yeah.
and Hawaiian, and I'm like,
That's so,
So we're like,
true.
yeah, that's a nice name.
that's a nice
You
name.
know,
So yeah, Matthew Kai.
Matthew Kai. But, he
So
goes by
sweet.
Kai.
And how it's 6 years apart. Belle and I are 2.5, which feels like not a lot sometimes. But what were their relationships like growing
oh my
up?
gosh, they are, even if they're 6 years apart, they're very close. He's so good. Like, he's such a good kuya to him.
Yeah. That was one of our fears. Like, oh my God, 6 years that's,
apart,
Are
right?
they even going to get along?
Yeah.
Same interest. He took care of his brother.
I wonder, like, because Josh, he had his time with you guys. Because I remember, or I don't remember, but like people tell me that when Belle was born, I was very like, because, I loved attention growing up and, but like I was really young when Belle was born, like Josh had his time with you guys.
Yeah.
So he was probably by 6 years old was like, like I want a sibling, like a
He
younger
did.
sibling.
He did
He
ask.
right?
asked.
He did ask
So like when
us.
Kai was born, he was probably so happy and so ready
my God.
to be
Yes.
a kuya.
He was
my
very
God.
ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if it's okay, I'm curious. Something that I like to ask people, because I think people like to listen to this podcast and like, reflect about their own relationships and stuff. And I think something that, I don't know, it's just pretty consistent in all relationships is that there are always challenges and there's always varying degrees of conflict. Everyone kind of deals with those periods of our lives differently. So if it's okay to ask, I'm curious, like if there have been any challenges in your guys' lives together, and how did you overcome them?
What we do when I feel like, okay, maybe we need to like reconnect because it's just routine, right?
Right.
That's what
Yeah,
happens,
yeah.
like routine of the daily life.
Yeah.
After that, we would meet up, and then we call it our island date. Island date.
It's silly.
It's silly, but you know what the island date is? Is that island over
The
there?
kitchen island.
Oh, so cute.
And after dinner, sometimes while Kai's doing homework, just, she has a long day at work, I had a long day at work. And we just grab the two chairs and we'd sit on
We'd sit on each
opposite
side
side of the
of it.
island.
Oh, sweet.
We'll open a bottle of wine and we just talk.
Yes.
Oh.
And then we'll have chocolates.
And we'll have chocolates
shrimp
or
chips.
whatever.
I don't know why shrimp chips
or
is like the
chicharron
weirdest.
sometimes, like something. And we
Wine,
just talk.
shrimp chips, chocolate. That's
Wow,
our usual.
That's the spread. That's your
silly,
charcuterie
right?
board.
It's like, but I mean, going back to your original
Yes.
question, yeah, I mean, we've had our ups and downs, and we started our marriage, like so fast,
Mm-hmm.
right? It was hard in the beginning because we were like paying the bills, like trying to pay
Right.
off this, pay off that, and then we got into the condo. It's either you're in it together or you're not. you know, and then you just choose to do it.
Yeah.
Work on it. I grew up in the rural province in the Philippines, in like the provincia, we call it, and she grew up in Manila. Even though we grew up in the Philippines and we migrated here same year, our upbringing was very different. Our experiences, childhoods are very different. She grew up in Manila. They had maids. I grew up in the province, single mom, 4 boys. We were the maids.
Yeah.
Like we learned
Yeah.
I was cooking in the kitchen at 10.
He learned a lot of the house,
Right.
household
And my
chores
brothers
there.
were like
Right.
hand washing clothes, you know, like when we got together, even we love each other, but there's kind of like
Adjustment period, right? In the
adjustment
beginning.
period where like,
Yeah.
dude, learn
I didn't know
how to clean.
cook.
She didn't know how to clean.
I didn't know how to clean. I didn't know how to
Wait,
cook.
that's so true because you never needed to.
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
exactly.
We had like people that helped us, right?
Like in the beginning, I was cooking.
Right.
And until she learned, like she asked mom how do I
The
make
first one I
sinigang?
learned is sinigang because that
How
is
do I
very
make-
it's
yeah.
most favorite stuff in the world. It's most favorite dish in the world.
And now
sinigang.
the roles changed. Like she owns the kitchen. There's a lot of adjustments, right? No matter how in love you are in the beginning,
Right.
there's always
Yeah,
that once you
yeah.
start living together,
Right.
there's
see everything,
you'll
right?
see everything.
Yeah, everything that
Right.
like, all of your childhood
Yeah.
habits and
Yes.
like,
Yeah.
like that
Yes.
come out like
I mean, it'll annoy you. That's a given,
I know.
Yeah.
right?
There are times
And
I
it's
know
like-
he's annoyed and I'm like, I'm trying.
and it's like talk about it. You know, we talk about it. And that's the other difference. Like when, you always hear people don't go to bed mad. Like, do this, do that. She likes to do that. Like she likes to talk. Like, can we talk about it? And me, I'm more like,
I'm more of a talker. Like, can
she's
we
a talker.
talk about?
Can we talk about it?
what
And I'm more like,
happened?
you know what?
He needs to just
Like,
right.
let's
yeah,
give
you
each
need-
other some
You need
space.
time, you need
Yeah.
space, right?
time, right?
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. Like I've been a ninong now. I'm so old. I've been a ninong at weddings, and I've given speeches and kind of like advice to young couple. And I always tell them, just remember, marriage is not an addition. It's a multiplication. Marriage is not two halves becoming one. That's Hollywood.
Right.
Like, oh, you complete me.
Yeah.
And it's not half plus half equals one. Remember this, marriage is 1 times 1 equals 1. You have to be whole. You have to be a whole
Oh my God, I
person
love that.
to
You
make
have to be
it
a whole
work.
person.
There will be days when you're just like spent.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't talk to me. You're
I'm
like,
tired.
your battery is like 30%.
Mm-hmm.
That your spouse should have like at least 100%. Then he or she will give
be
you
able to
some of her charge or his charge
Right,
to kind of
yeah.
like meet somewhere. in the
Right.
middle. And that's why we do the island dates
I love that.
to just
Yeah.
I love that.
like, you know what happened at work?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
What's
like
going
just
on?
like talk
What's
to each
stressing
other,
you out?
right?
Yeah, like just the mundane things.
Yeah.
Or sometimes when we have nothing to talk about, we're like, hey, can we pretend we're going to Hawaii or we pretend we're going to Cabo?
Oh my God, we'd be
and we'd
searching.
be like, we'll be online.
love
yes,
this.
we pretend.
and,
we pretend.
and it's like a stress reliever.
Yeah.
Like,
he's like searching. I'm searching for hotels. He's searching for flights, and
and
I'm
she's
like,
have you? It's like, honey, have you
This is
seen this
amazing.
hotel?
Yes.
This
It's
is amazing. How
beautiful.
often do you guys actually end up going when you do this?
oh my God, there
There-
was one
there's-
time. There was one
I think
time we were
both
drunk.
Oh my God, we
We were
actually
drunk.
booked.
We booked the Cabo one.
Oh my God.
We were drunk, and I'm like, what the heck did we just do? Did we just book something?
Yeah.
I love this.
I remember earlier in our marriage, like she'd be upset, and as your partners, like again, her battery's so low, like she won't even talk to you. I'm like, let's go to Starbucks, and like a simple drive-through Starbucks to get her caramel macchiato, extra caramel, low-fat milk. It just
We are simple
recharges her,
creatures.
right? And then all of a sudden she's talking again,
He knows.
And it's like-
he knows, right? Women give that
Yeah.
cold,
right? And it's like,
quiet.
or just we'd go out for a walk.
That's our thing too. It's
Yeah.
I told him the other day. I said, I really like this that we're walking like after work. It relieves the stress
It
because you're
does.
walking, you're outside.
Yeah.
Nature is good for you to
Yeah.
begin with.
Yeah.
But then when you're walking together, it's just the two of you.
We'll just talk about
You
anything.
can't
You're
just
not
be
like on
quiet.
your phone.
Yeah,
Like
no.
you're
No, I mean, we have our phones, but we would be like in the pocket.
We'll walk. I told him, I said, I love this that we're walking and doing this. It's good for us, right? That we're walking. And then it's good for Dash because he's been waiting for us to walk him,
Yeah.
yeah.
after work. But yeah, it's a stress reliever definitely from work.
Yeah.
And just like a reconnection after, like at the end of the day, right?
Right. It's a lot of things.
Yeah.
It's like helping you guys decompress from the day and then connecting.
Yeah.
And then also your dog needs to
Yes.
be walked. Right.
Yeah, so it's all of that.
And physical activity too.
You always have to find that time. Or even, we've never really gone on vacation without the kids since Josh was a baby. Like, we've never gone
Right.
anywhere. We always brought him with us. But even in those vacations, there's like one night we will have like just the two of
Oh,
us.
right.
We'd
yeah,
go
yeah.
out to dinner. We'd leave the kids in the hotel.
Oh,
Just to
now
kind
they're
of,
old enough. They're not
Yeah,
Now they're old enough.
Now
They're like, they do their own thing.
Like, okay, you're good.
But
We'll come back in 2.5
Yeah.
hours or something. Yeah.
Yeah, it has to. You have to be intentional with it.
yeah.
It's so easy just to like fall into the routine and just like
Oh.
everything to feel not mundane in like a bad way, but just like running on autopilot almost.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know.
And I think sometimes I get pretty emotional, when I feel like, okay, I would, no, it's not just that. No, okay, so I'm in that my age where I think
Oh, yeah.
me and your nanny are
Yeah,
the same,
yeah.
the perimenopause time, right? Where like you get moody, little things annoy you, and so sometimes I just take it out with him, and I'm just like, I'm sorry, my mood is just, I just get annoyed with little things, right? So and emotional, I just start like crying, and so I was
Yeah.
telling him, I don't know what's happening,
I don't know what's happening.
but these hormones, I don't know, I'm losing them. So that's why I'm like this. One time I think I kind of snapped with the kids too, right? He said, "Oh my God, you guys don't love me anymore. You're okay if I'm not here anymore." I'm like, "Oh my, I know."
No.
She's like, what if I
that's-
just die?
That's
And we're like, the three of us looked at each other, we're like, whoa,
like,
okay,
what do we
that's
do?
new. We're like, that's new.
I live in a house where it's all boys.
It's all boys.
Even the
It's all
dog is a
boys.
boy.
Yes, so I'm like, no one's
God,
here.
that's
to
just like
support
Nanny
me.
too.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
No, it's like your nanny.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm going through that, and I'm like, oh, please, can you just be a little bit more supportive when it comes to my emotions, and then. Yeah, so it's better now. I feel like I think we got it.
But it was probably helpful for them for you to just be like, I don't know what's happening, but something is happening,
that
and
it's
it is
making
not
me different.
Right. It's
Yes.
not.
And knowing, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes the boys and I, we have to remind each other, like, mom's going through this thing. Like,
Yeah.
it's like having a teenager in the house, right? Like,
every little thing
like,
bothers
we
me.
don't know. Like, right. It's like, okay, is she okay? Is she okay?
She should go right now. Is this a good
Like-
time to ask her a question?
Like,
Oh my gosh.
and that's where those walks and the island
helps.
dates, it
Yes.
helps,
Yes.
right?
Yes. So it's okay to talk about
Yeah, it's
anything.
okay.
It's not. It's not at this level when I'm at the peak of.
It's like, wait, don't ask mom. Let me ask her on our walk tomorrow.
Yes.
Exactly.
Wait to ask.
No, I appreciate you talking about that though, because I mean, every woman goes through it, and it's probably something that a lot of people can relate to. A lot of maybe husbands and
Yeah.
sons can also probably relate to.
The hot flash. It's really with me. It's the hot flashes and the mood swings.
Well, I mean, I'm sure the hot flashes contribute to the mood swings because
Yeah.
you're so overstimulated.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
my
and it's like out of nowhere. There's no way to relieve it.
Yeah, like it's interesting, right? It can be like how it was really cold 2-3 weeks ago. I'd be
Oh
still
my
hot,
God.
and I'd have the fan
It's
on,
insane.
and here's this guy that's always cold. So you can
And
just
I'm
imagine.
freezing.
And I'm like,
Like
hot.
baseline, you're always
And
freezing, but
yeah.
then
But it's another level.
yeah.
Like, she's like, I'm hot.
And I'm telling him,
like,
I said,
oh
can we
my
not have the
God.
heater on this high because I'm really hot.
And we're like, your kids and I are freezing.
I said,
honey."
I'm hot. And I think the perimenopause is now playing in our relationship too, because
Yeah.
he doesn't know when he comes home, like, if this is a good time to
You
ask.
just
Yeah.
go with it.
Yeah, yeah.
And the funny thing
Yeah.
is, like, your relatives or friends that's gone through it, like my older uncles, they're like, oh, June. When your aunt went, it's
Be
like,
ready.
it lasted 5 years. I was like, 5 years? Oh my God. And he was like, yeah.
I'm like,
Like,
oh,
buckle
God.
up.
Yeah, exactly. Like, be ready. I was like, oh my God. And she's
my
just
gosh.
starting. Like, so I have 5 more years.
Through perimenopause and
like, oh
menopause.
my
It's okay. The first year will be the hardest, but then you'll
Yeah.
learn her. Yeah.
But
I was just like, sometimes I'd be like, I think I said something the other day, and then we both went to work. Yeah, and then I said, I'm so sorry if that
I was like,
came
don't
out
worry about it. It
rude.
just came out wrong, but I knew what you
Yeah.
were talking about.
Yeah, and then he
Like,
goes
I'm
all
sorry.
good. Sometimes, like a little text, like before I started my day, I just texted him. I said, I'm sorry. Like that
Yeah.
came out wrong.
Yeah.
I think even with couples, you have to still apologize, because sometimes I think people take it for granted when you're a couple. Like, I don't need to say
Right. They're
thank
not gonna.
you,
Yeah.
or-
They're always gonna be there. I don't have to.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It still is really meaningful. He knows probably that you feel sorry, but to hear it.
And I love it when he says thank you also, like in like text, like he'll say thank you because I did something, and I'm like, but then it's the usual stuff that a wife would do, right? So I'm
Right.
just like, oh, that's nice that he
Right. He
recognizes
sees it.
Or
that.
sometimes
Yeah.
you say thank you. And I'm like, why are you thanking me?
He goes, wait.
I was like, I'm the dad. Like,
I know. I said, thank you for bringing
I'm
Kai
expected
today
to
to
do that, like,
practice.
Right.
Don't thank me.
But
Like,
I said because I couldn't do it, right? Or because I'm doing something after work with my coworkers.
Yes.
I say thank you because it was supposed to be my time to bring him,
when
but
it's not our regular routine.
yeah,
Right.
he's the
Right.
type too that is not like verbal when it comes to like saying. I told you it's all service, right?
Right.
I'm more of like talk,
Words of affirmation.
and words of affirmation,
Yeah.
and then the touch, right? And so when he says "I love you," oh my god, I start tearing. I start tearing, girl, man. I'm at work. Even you say "I love you," even if it's text, I go, "Oh my god,
Oh my God, that is so
it doesn't come often."
That's enough. I can get through the day now. I can get through the next week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my
So you
goodness.
guys, before we end today though, I love ending on this like, kind of more lighthearted note. What are you guys must have so many by now, but like what are some fond favorite memories that you guys have of each other or of your relationship?
There's some times when things get so rough and we just say, we look at each other, we're like, fuck it. Let's go somewhere. and
That's not what I thought you were gonna say.
no, and it's like, and you hear people
Vacations make us happy.
no, and people say this. It's like, no, not necessarily vacation or even like
or going out.
nice dinner.
Let's go to
Yeah.
Or-
yeah,
or,
it
you
doesn't
know
have
what,
to
like,
be yes.
when we can't
Dinner.
afford this, but screw it, we're gonna charge it.
This is
It's like
this is life.
You guys remind me of me and Brad, honestly.
it's irresponsible in certain extent.
Yeah, but you are left
But
with
it's
so
like,
many.
you know what? It's like it grounds you both, and it's like, and then you get to that connection back. It's like,
Yeah, that's priceless.
yeah.
You're like, you know
exactly.
what?
It's
Let's
priceless.
spend this $200-something dinner. It's okay. Let's just charge it. Whatever.
Yeah, it's
Money
like,
comes back.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, money
You
comes
can earn
back.
money,
And
but the
we've done
time
that.
you don't.
The
We've
time.
done
don't
that,
get
and
back.
it's like one of our Hawaii trips with the Stupins, right? I was working from home. I was walking Dash, and I get a text. We have a group text, and I get a text from Nani. He was like, "Guys, Southwest Airlines to Oahu,"
Yes. This is the price.
and we're like,
God, you guys enable each other, and
Yeah,
then the
it's
four of you
so bad.
enable each
It's
other.
so bad.
And we would be sitting sometimes, like, I don't know if they told you, like, we'd be having breakfast, and then all of a sudden, booked, right? We would
Yeah,
be
and we're
talking
like,
about vacation. If spring break happened to be on the same
There
time
are
for
there are
the boys,
times when they coincide.
Oh yeah, because spring break is like
it
we're all
happened
different
last
weeks.
It happened last year for us, and we booked that trip when we were on another trip
God.
together
We were waiting for
in
our
LA.
food.
In LA.
We were having brunch in, was it LA?
LA.
four of you.
Yes,
Yeah,
the four of us. Well, with the
With-
kids.
Without Jake.
Without Jake. Jake couldn't go.
Okay.
Jake couldn't go. And we ordered our breakfast. We were waiting. We got on our phones, and we're like,
Hey, when is the kids' spring break?
and they're like, oh, Noah's is this week, Jake's is this week, Josh is this week, and we're like,
There's an overlap.
there's an overlap.
Oh my
And
gosh.
sure enough, we found Southwest Airlines that were like, oh my
Good
God,
price.
just a great deal. And yeah, we booked.
We booked it that when we were sitting there.
and we texted Jake
Just
we're
on
like,
your phones.
on our phones
Yeah.
before our
It's very
breakfast
Gen Z
came.
of you guys.
before our breakfast, before our food came to the table, we texted Jake. We're like, we're all going to Hawaii.
Jake's like,
Jake
what
was
did I
like,
miss?
What the
No, he
heck?
said you guys can't be alone together. You guys cannot be
He was
eating
like,
and
what are you doing?
planning.
What the heck? Some of those, at least in our 22 years of marriage, it's like how we handle.
Maybe
you
just
know,
like disconnection, like it going and doing these things maybe spontaneously helps you guys feel connected.
It's like, you know what? Sometimes it gets so bad, or we think it gets so bad that we're like, you know what? We'll brush it aside. Let's do this. Refresh our minds and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then we can tackle it. So
I love that.
It,
And I love that, like, you guys, I don't know, I'm still not over the island dates
Right.
where you guys are just like, let's just pretend that, you
Yes,
know,
at least
Pretend we're
once
somewhere.
or twice a week. It
Yeah,
happens.
that's
there.
usually near the end of the week. Sometimes he'd ask me like Tuesday or Wednesday. I said it's a little bit too early for the island date. Usually it's Thursday. Usually it's like Wednesday,
Nearing
Thursday,
the end of the week,
right?
Friday.
Like if it's a really bad week, it's
a
early
Yeah,
long
in the
early.
week.
week,
Yeah.
But again, it's one of those things where before things pile up, you get to vent. You get to tell what's going on.
and dream about trips.
And dream about trips.
Yeah.
Like, it's an ongoing process, right? I mean, 22 years into this marriage, we're still learning new things about each other. We're experiencing new things that, whatever health things she's going through. And
Perimenopause.
We're discovering new
We're
things.
discovering
No, I mean
new things.
it's an
I love that.
adventure, right? It's an adventure. I call it adventure.
Adventure. It's just like it's an
Adventures
ongoing journey.
You should do a
It
adventures in
is.
perimenopause.
Yeah, from the guy's
That'll be a
perspective.
whole segment.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. Yeah, from a guy's perspective, from a husband's perspective.
Wait, Tika, what's a fond memory that you have?
I love our island dates. I think that's one of my favorite things, and I tell
Yeah.
him that too. And he's usually initiates that, and
Mm-hmm.
I think he knows when we need that reconnection.
Yeah.
So I would say that's one of my favorite ones from like our daily
Right.
daily
Yeah,
lives.
And I love
right?
that you do that at least once a week, right?
Yeah,
At
once
least,
or
yeah.
twice. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that, and like a lot of our trips, I'm just trying to remember.
On those trips, like getting lost in a city that you've never been to before,
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
it's an adventure, especially with the kids. Like Guy was in a stroller, Josh was 7 years old, right? And we got
Yeah.
lost in Italy, and it's like, and it was fun for him. And in my head, I'm like, I have no clue where we are. Oh my god, And we're getting rained on, and our luggage just almost got stolen.
Oh
and,
my gosh,
and-
yes.
And we're like, oh my god, God's watching over us. Like,
Yeah. With Josh being older now, right?
Yeah.
It's really harder to get together as a family. So we used to be able to take some time off every time they have a break together, right?
Right.
But
Yeah,
then
yeah.
now their breaks are different.
Yeah.
Mostly, I think our time together for vacation or to travel is like in the summer and
Mm-hmm.
holidays, right? Because other than that, they're in different schedules. So
yeah.
those are the things that we're kind of working with right now as the kids are getting older. I'm pretty sure
Right.
you know, because maybe when your mom is trying to get together
It's
with you
hard.
guys,
It's
it's hard to
hard.
put everybody
It's
together,
hard,
right?
yeah. Especially, I mean, we live here and it's still hard.
You're like,
You know?
oh, when is when you guys do your family events too, you're like, hey, are you guys
Yeah.
free this time?
Yeah,
you know?
there's always one grandchild missing.
Yeah. So
At least one.
It's
Yeah.
hard, when the kids are grown, right? But we're hoping that, as we get older, that even when they have kids, that we could at least try to have one time together, like in the year, to have a vacation. You guys do your thing, your Thanksgiving thing, which is
I
so
know,
great.
I like that.
I
And
really
you
like
guys all
that.
stay in one or two
Yes.
Well,
houses.
that's new actually.
I was like,
That
oh
we
my
just did that
God.
for the first time last year.
Yeah.
And I was like, we should always do this because
so
we're always
good.
going to be free for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But you guys have done other locations, like the one in Watsonville. There's
Oh,
the,
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
the
Yeah,
that was-
Pajaro
that-
ones,
those
right?
are
Pajaro
yeah.
dunes.
Those are all just like our family vacations, but it's been increasingly difficult to find a time. It's usually
Yeah.
like an extended weekend or something.
Yeah.
I think last year we tried like finding 3 different times. And I think that's why we landed on Thanksgiving because
Everybody's
already
mostly off.
right.
Yeah.
It was already assumed that we were going to be spending time together, and I actually really liked it. It was
No.
cozy. We were in like the mountains, and it was like, I think it was snowing. There was snow. I don't think it was snowing, but there was snow, and like we had a fireplace, and it was so nice. And I was like, we should do this every year. So then we don't have to like set aside another weekend during,
Yeah.
try to find something. And 2, like we're always going to be free on
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So
It's really
Oh,
good
it's
because then you
nice.
guys just get to like talk to each other.
yeah,
you know?
there's no
bond.
plans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no
Just-
plans.
Yeah, it's
we
really
just like
good.
we just sit around, we do karaoke and play
That's
card
good.
games and
That's
stuff.
really good.
I love
So-
that.
That's gonna be you guys eventually. Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, we're at that stage in our lives, in our age, where
Yeah.
mean, we're the sandwich. I mean, we always talk about,
The
with the
sandwich
students about this, we're the
generation,
sandwich
yeah.
generation.
yeah, yeah.
again,
That's so
'cause
true.
For us, we only have one grandparent. Like her
Mhm.
mom's the only one that we have to worry about,
Mm,
right? Because
mhm.
my parents are both gone, but we're worried about mom.
Mhm.
We're worried about our kids.
Our kids, because
Yeah.
they're still
They're gonna be-
growing and they're still
Right.
trying to
And-
figure out their careers.
And
right?
speaking of
Yeah.
vacation and continuing that family
Mhm.
togetherness, we even told Josh, like, when you start working, you get 2 weeks or 3 weeks vacation a year. We're gonna own that
1 week. We said, and
Wherever
and
we
we
go,
want to see our
whatever we do,
grandkids.
we don't
I
have
said,
to do anything.
Bring the
1 week.
grandkids.
Bring the grandkids.
We want the grandkids.
That's with
I love
us.
that. You've already staked a
No, we
claim.
told
Yeah,
them, like,
like
both
1
of
week
them.
of that.
Like
Vacation
one
time
week of
you
your
have.
yearly
Yeah.
vacation is with us.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care if we just stay at the house. It's 1 week with us.
I've noticed, and I'm sure everyone else around you has noticed, is that like you guys have promoted the value of family. You can't take that for granted how much they so obviously value you guys and the time that you guys get to spend together. So the fact that like you're like, okay, we stake a claim on these like on like half of your vacation days that you have when you're older, and he's probably not really thinking anything of it. Like he was probably already dedicating that time to you guys anyway.
He's like, well, that's going to be a few years from now, but yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that family value was instilled very very
I,
young.
I think it just continued on from how we were raised
Yeah.
into how we raised our kids. And remember, when I was growing up in the province too, it's like we didn't have much, but we had each other. For those who don't know about Philippines, you get the monsoon season, like 3 months of rain. And when you're in the province, there's nothing to do.
Yeah.
It's like we had each other. We played chess. We learned how to play cards.
Yeah.
My mom cooked every dessert you can think of. She knew how to make, just to keep us busy. And that's continued on with Josh and Kai. It's like when COVID hit,
Oh
my
yeah.
gosh, yes.
you know, it's like there's no work. Everything's at home.
Mm-hmm.
We were hiking. For them, it's like family time. But at
Yeah.
the same time, for me, as a parent, it was like, this is just like during monsoon seasons in the Philippines. We hunkered down. Yeah, for me, it was like,
It's like
let's
here, let's learn
cook.
chess.
Let's have fun. That's like, yeah, we were like watching TV.
It's
We were
like,
playing chess. I don't play chess. She played chess with Josh.
I love that. You guys have so many amazing experiences during your travels and everything, but then there's still so much joy in the simplicity that you
Yeah.
guys have too. It's
That's what's
Well,
important.
you know what we do sometimes too?
What?
We would pretend to go to these open houses.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's hilarious. Oh, and we had
this is so
open houses. Pretending
houses
we're
like
gonna-
houses on sale.
houses on
Yeah,
sale.
open houses or like new development.
We would
Right?
go in there. Look at
Pretending like we're going to buy. And
the ones
stuff.
that are decorated, right? Open houses.
And
The-
sometimes like even the houses that we know we cannot afford. The
yes,
estates,
it would be right. We will look at
they're like
estates.
5,000 square foot
Yeah.
houses. And we're like,
And we'll like walk
This
in.
is like the level of delulu that
hey, you know
I
what?
aspire.
We're
I
like,
aspire.
and the kids go with it. It's
Yeah.
like, all right.
Do not say anything about. But one time,
No, but I love
There's
this. It's like
one
teaching them that, like, you know, like this.
No, and then they
This
get
is
ideas.
manifestation.
No,
Yeah.
They get
and,
ideas.
and Kai has this thing. One day, you know, we're gonna vacation in my house in Hawaii,
It's
and
gonna
he
have
knows,
this, it's
like,
gonna
right
have this, it's gonna
on
have this.
Lanakai Beach, right? He has that benefit. He got that all
I was
from his
like-
dad.
I was like,
Manifestation.
dude,
He
keep
will
dreaming.
own
Like,
this
It
McLaren.
could happen. Like
I said, you know what?
it could
Like
happen.
dream big.
Yes,
Dream big.
But yes, we will walk into estates.
Oh,
I
you gotta
love
hear,
that.
You gotta hear this.
I think it was Kai that said something because he was still younger, right?
Right.
I would say maybe this is maybe 9 or 8
Yeah.
that we walked in.
It was a big house.
It was a beautiful home. I'm just like, it was a house that we couldn't afford for sure.
Right.
But we just wanted to see how it looks inside. You know, it had a pool and everything.
God.
What did Kai say? I totally
The
forgot.
realtor was there, and Kai was like, looked at the realtor like, yeah, when we win the lottery,
When
we're
we
gonna buy
win the-
this house.
And we're like, no! In my head, I go,
I mean, what do you say? I mean,
it's like, when we win the lottery.
What do you say? Like, how old is he?
it was like maybe 9.
9, 8?
You say to a 9-year-old?
And,
When we
and
win
he
the-
knows like we do that sometimes, right? We would go to these.
But for
open
some reason,
houses,
he
but-
said this in this big house.
yeah. And he was like, he probably thinking, yeah, we're not gonna.
We're not gonna get this, but when we win the
one
lottery,
And
He's
the
like, I can't have it
realtor
yet,
was-
but
Yeah.
watch out. Watch out.
Yeah, the
and
realtor,
the realtor
she just,
looked at it.
she
She
just
smiled,
She was
and she's like, "Oh
"Okay,
my
just
God, these,
let me
you know
if
what
need
kids say."
anything."
Right. Like, if
Yeah.
it was
Oh my
if it was
God.
you that said it, she'd probably be like, get out.
Yeah, but you said it. I'm like, oh God, no, we can't keep pretending.
Oh
We
my
can't keep
God.
pretending to look at these open houses. Yeah, no, we do that some weekends.
I love that, though.
It was like,
I love that.
sometimes- yeah, if we go to church early, then we're like, what are we doing? Like, we have lunch,
Yeah.
and then we're like,
Open houses.
you guys want to look at some houses?
Saturdays and Sundays, 1 to 4. There's
Oh
open
my
houses.
God.
Wanna look at some houses?
Do you
They're
guys just like drive around? And
Yeah, the
we'll hit like some
Saratoga
neighborhoods.
area.
We'll hit some neighborhoods.
There was one that we really liked that like 2 staircases going down. I said, oh my God, if we had a baby girl, her 18th birthday, she can
Like,
go down.
prom,
yeah,
like,
Her
18th
prom,
birthday coming. I was
the
like,
stairs
okay,
coming
now,
down.
honey.
Here's our 18th, her debut. I said, but we don't have a baby girl.
Yeah. We're crazy like that.
Yeah,
Like,
sorry. We
no.
go into that
I love that, though.
dream mode.
It's like, why live one life when you can live 50?
Or we'd drive, and I know for sure the students do this too. Like, we'd drive somewhere just to get ice cream.
Yes.
You know, like sometimes
Yes.
we'd still go to University Avenue to
They
go
are
to
exactly like
Salt and
that.
Straw.
Yeah.
There's just something that we
No
want.
distances
Or
are too
sometimes
far.
they'll tell us like, "Hey, Paimos, you guys have you tried this?" I'm like, no. Okay, let's
Okay,
meet up.
let's go there.
No, you
Yeah.
see, you need friends that are down
Yeah.
like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
That will
Oh,
like
yeah.
also run with the bit, right? Like if you're like, oh my gosh, like look at this photo of the stairs. Imagine our baby
Oh my
girls.
gosh.
Like, You guys, it's so funny because I'm like this too. And
So
like no one else in my family is like this. Aside from like Nani Tito, like
So
my mom's not like
spontaneous.
this. My mom has to plan, like, you know.
Oh, man.
Like there was one time I think that Brad and I were still dating and there was like a huge snowstorm that happened in Tahoe. So we were just like, do you want to go? We didn't know how to drive in the snow. Like we didn't have, you know, I borrowed my dad's
Oh my
all-wheel
gosh.
drive. We drove. We didn't do anything. We didn't know how to snowboard. We just like went tubing. And then we came back and we're like, we are not going to go to Tahoe again unless we're going to learn how to snowboard. And then, so the next year we learned how to snowboard. And now
Nice.
There you go.
now we
See, look at
snowboard like
that.
every weekend.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
That's
it was just
awesome.
because of that like spontaneous trip that we took to Tahoe that we saw people snowboarding and we're like, that's cool.
That's awesome.
Let's do it.
That's awesome. We do that. We're spontaneous also.
yeah.
Just like we
It's
like.
so fun to be spontaneous.
He'll be like, "You want to drive here?" I said, "Okay."
Yeah.
If Kai didn't have any soccer games, we're like, "Let's go. It's a
Yeah,
beautiful
that's the
day.
other thing.
Let's go," and we'll just go.
There's so many experiences that open up for you when you're able to just like let life
Yeah.
take you where it needs to take you.
Yeah.
For sure.
That was
Yeah.
like I tell him, it's like, God, you know, I mean, I think at this age we're thinking we're closer to retirement now, right? You know, that thing where like being spontaneous of having dinner, sometimes like even if it's charging it, you know, we're like, just live life because life is
Yeah.
short.
It's life is what you make of it.
It really
Right.
is.
You know, that saying too that I like to think about is that you live the life you love and love the life you live, right? So you just, you know, you live what you want to do and love it, right?
Yeah.
Because that's your life, right? So you do what you need to do to make it what you want it to be.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to look back, like at the end of my life, look back and know that it was a life that I loved
Yeah.
and that I, you know, was able to, seize every opportunity that I could and just to be happy, you know, be happy with the life that you live.
Yep.
Thank you guys. This was so
Thank you.
fun. This was so fun. I honestly like we talked for a little while before we got on record too.
Yeah.
And I feel like we could probably talk forever. Like
Yes.
I love just listening to
That's
your
right.
guys'
The first half
stories
was not
and-
even recorded.
She didn't realize how
I'm
delu-
so
how
sad about
delulu
that.
how delulu we are.
No, okay.
You're like, oh my God, they go to open houses.
No, so the thing is, like I am also delulu, and like you don't just come out and say that you're delusional, right? Like you have to like feel it out, and then like so the moment I heard you guys talking about like, oh, like we sometimes get drunk and just like, you know, pretend to plan trips, I was like, I do that, and then like we go to open houses, and like, oh my God, I want to do that too.
Yes.
So I'm like, you guys
Just the
are like the
spontaneous-
same kind of delulu that I am. But thank you guys so much.
Thank
Honestly,
you.
it was
Thank
so
you.
lovely just to, I guess, return to this house that I have been to before when I was younger and I don't
God.
remember. But just really to spend this time
Thank
with you
you.
guys.
Thank
Honestly,
you.
thank you so
Oh my
much.
God.
You.
Yeah. And so that was this episode of Ordinary Love. I apologize for the first, I think, half hour that you didn't get to see us, but we're here now. And so if you liked this episode, please like and subscribe and tune in every other Tuesday for new episodes. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Ina.
Bye.